What is going on, guys? Kingpin Light here, and we got a suggestion song that I'll be reacting to today. It was in the comments. So it's MC Sey X and King Chai or Kingchi Youngster, and it's supposedly got English lyrics, which I do have turned on. Yep, English and HD. So let's go ahead. I have not heard either of these artists before, so I'm not entirely sure what to expect. So let's just jump right into it, and I'll critique as I go. Okay, my bad. I just had to check that the sound was working. I guess it's quiet for a few seconds. All right, let's go. Start again. Okay. All right, it's gonna drop. Well, there's the lyrics. So it's gonna drop soon, so I stopped it right there. Interesting beat right now. I'm gonna assume it's rap because that's most of the suggestions that I've gotten. But um, the beat itself could go a couple of different ways. I think it's got to be either rap or it's gonna be some form of R&B, right? Or R&B inspired. So let's go ahead and see what it is. It depends on how hard the drop is on the bass. Okay, okay. I was not expecting that hard guitar to jump right in there. That's cool. Um, okay. I guess I'll keep listening because the hook, or I'm sorry, the hook or chorus is usually pretty hard to tell what the genre is if it is rap, because a lot of times the hook will be melodic in nature, right, or some form of R&B sounding. I'm not sure what to call this. I would maybe just R&B so far, right? Some form of R&B. The vocals were kind of layered, so it was a little bit hard to kind of pick out the melody that was going on in his voice, but let's keep going. I like that drop with the guitar though a lot. Mm. Mm. Well, I'm really liking this section, but real quick, let's point out the lyrics. All right, right. He said, chose the wrong way, don't blame the cops. So he's talking about some form of crime, right? I'm not sure if he's specifically pointing somebody out or maybe he's looking introspectively at himself, but right, some form of crime. But then he clears it up a little bit where he says friends are more important than family, putting life at risk for the wrong gang. So it's somebody, and I'll figure it out as we go, I'm sure, but it's either himself or somebody he knows who's putting his gang in front of taking care of his family or even himself, which in turn helps out your family, right? If you're safe, then your family can be happy and, vice versa. But so we got sort of a story about maybe somebody who took the wrong way in life. Let's keep going. I really liked, so it was a little confusing to me sonically or like vocally in this first little section, just because it was really loud over the beat and it was layered in such a way where it was hard to sort of pick out the actual melody that was going on in his voice. But once this dropped, once the guitar kind of hit, and then he started singing here, I really like this section. Now, I don't know who either of these people are, and so therefore I don't know who's singing or whatever right now. I'm going to assume it's just done in order of the features, so I'm going to assume maybe this is MC Say X, and King Chai is going to come in a little bit later, but you guys let me know if I'm wrong there. Anyway, let's keep going. Yeah, I like this because this is one of those like melodic rap storytelling. So I'm trying to think of somebody that would be a good analog to this. I would say sonically, not at all, so they don't sound the same, but storytelling and melodic style of singing, rapping, I would say maybe like Speaker Knockers is sort of a good analog there. Uh, Sonically, of course, they sound completely different, but I think at base they're sort of the same storyteller types. And I think it cleared it up pretty quickly. He's talking about himself. Now, I can't tell for sure because sometimes singing and effects on your voice can make you sound different, but it sounds like a second person jumped in once it started rapping. So maybe MC Sey X is the singer of the group and King Chai is the rapper, or of this feature. I'm sorry, let me read that. I like that line. Forgot to look at myself a fish without a fin, meaning he's stuck. Well, I'm assuming he means he's stuck in life. He can't keep moving, right? Because a fish without a fin can't swim. They're stuck in one spot. So I think maybe that's what he's referring to, being stuck in a gang or that gang life. You know, and he said I was known as a young blood, which is, you know, somebody who's kind of new to the gang. Well, it depends in context, actually. It can mean a couple different things. It could be an age thing or it could be an experience thing. MC Sey's father's voice, so they like legit about it. I mean, because you know, a lot of rappers will talk about a certain life and maybe they weren't that deep into it, or maybe it's all just storytelling only. But if this is actually his father and he saved a voicemail or it's on his phone, makes it sound like it's for real. I'm sorry, that dark piano and then some of those noises that came in. I like this section of the beat a lot. I don't know if I just pointed or I just like picked it out with my ear, like in this section only, or if it did change. Because let me just check. I'm at 119. I'm gonna go back for just a second. I want to see the beat completely change. Yeah, it's different. Okay, so this might be the first time it's shown on this part. Damn, that's crazy. So I guess his friend died in front of him, or maybe it was in critical condition. I thought at first the way he said it, I'm on the ambulance stretcher, sounds like he was hit as well. Maybe they were both hit, him and his friend, but he couldn't help his friend at all, and obviously he lived through it, and maybe his friend wasn't so lucky. Ooh, we're going back for that. I do like so far, it's only been a minute and 50 seconds and they've done a lot of different flows and you know, musical sort of melodies and shit going on here, which I like a lot because, you know, when you listen to enough music and you sort of just memorize the genres, very kind of static breakdowns, right? Like most rap is going to be hook, verse 1, hook, verse 2, and then end with probably an extended hook, right? Sometimes older rap used to be hook, rap, rap one more time. They usually had 3 verses. I think nowadays it's usually 2 verses and it's shorter songs. R&B, right? They got their I guess they're not really called hooks, right? But they're like their main singing. They usually got a bridge, a hook, and then usually one section, sometimes 2, but they're really short sections of unique words, right? Like verses, basically, but they're singing. So I like the fact that this one is more riding alongside the storytelling, where it's adding different elements and trying to match what the story is, not necessarily trying to fit the usual bill of the genre of the music, you know? Oh, and I did pause it because that singing was great. That's catchy. We still got a while. Yeah, we still got a while. Well, not a while. Relatively a while, right? A third of the song left. So I was like, okay, so it's got a little bit of a bridge. I think there's another term though. There's hooks versus bridge. Um, something like that sounds like extend. I forget what that other word is. You know what? That whole first section might have been MC Sey X actually. Now that I'm hearing this voice, because it sounds significantly different than the singing and the verse. I'm assuming this is Kingchi.
ឲ្យតែរឿងចង្រៃធ្វើអីក៏វាហ៊ានដាច់ស្ពានគ្មានផ្លូវត្រូវបន្តទៅមុខរស់នៅមិនសូវសប្បាយមានសុខតិចជាងទុកជុំមិនផ្លេចកុកតែកុកវាផ្លេចជុងឡើងទៅនំទុំមិនជាប់វាចង់ងាប់លិចលងភ្លើតភ្លើនផ្លេចផ្លាត់ជាប់អន្ទាក់ធ្លាក់អន់លងបាញ់កាញ់មានមិនស៊ីវាចង់ទៅស៊ីបាញ់សុងជាប់ហៅចង់ចាប់ផ្លោផ្លោភ័យបដាំមិននិយាយច្រើនតែ
Damn, the verse or the beat changed up again.
ស៊ីវាចង់ទៅស៊ីបាញ់សុងជាប់ហៅចង់ចាប់ផ្លោផ្លោភ័យបដាំមិននិយាយច្រើនតែតែជាតិនេះមិនចាំអានេះសាមនុស្សសយគេសាប់ឡើងសោះអ្នកសាប់គេតែនាយឲ្យគេវាចឹងចុះខុសមួយខុសពីរហូតដល់ខុស10ឬមិនចុះ
I like his speed, of course, but most of all, I like the pronunciation that he's putting on certain words with that real harsh. I don't know specifically what sounds, but like the R, like the real harsh hitting sort of vowels, I guess, or whatever consonants. I just named every letter basically, but no, I really like the way he's enunciating. That's the right word. He's enunciating certain syllables there. It just sounds a lot nicer. And that beat, again, I like this beat. I think the two standouts so far is this little change where it changed. I don't know how to describe this. I just like this kind of high energy beat. And then I really like that sort of a bridge into the hook where it had the darker piano playing. I like that. I like the way they end those. Yeah, that was a great song. Storytelling, of course, it's telling about sort of I guess some of the woes that maybe underprivileged youth kind of deal with, definitely getting into gangs and just not realizing that they're, like he said, stuck, right, like a fish without a fin. And it sounds like it's all true as opposed to, you know, using that sort of content just for listens, really, views or whatever else, right? It sounded like it was legit. The only criticism I really had was the beginning. I kind of want to check it out one more time. Yeah, I actually like that more now that I listen, because he had that same flow throughout the song, certain parts of the chorus. So I like the flow. It's much easier to tell now after listening to the cleaner cut areas. The only part is coming right into the song with that little beginning is a little bit like harsh, I guess, because it's obviously edited in such a way, and this is common to a lot of rap songs, where that first beginning is sort of a shadow of a later verse or a later hook, same words or whatever. It's done at a lower volume. In this case, it's a higher volume actually, but it's usually done in a lower volume, and it's with some effects on the voice that makes it sound like you're like recording on a phone or something, right? Like it's lower bit rate almost sounding. And normally that's fine, but I think in this part, because it was harder for me to figure out the melody, that little part didn't work as much until I had listened to the rest of the song. But that's the only criticism, and that's not even a huge one. I'm just trying to point something out because I feel like I always just point out things that I like, and I kind of want to point out stuff that I think could maybe be done a little bit better, um, just to have sort of that side of my views up here as well. But anyway, guys, that was the song. I did like it. Tell me more songs from them to check out. Most of all, though, I'd like a little background on them and to make sure that I got the right people pointed out on who was who or whose verse was who. So you guys let me know that, and definitely suggest more things for me to check out. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and I will catch you guys on the next one.